Well, it looks like the new look Mets are spending money. I'm Robin Lundberg here with Max Goodman of Inside the Pinstripes. And Max, the Mets signed Francisco Lindor to a 10-year, $341 million extension. Is he actually, as you're outside of Yankee Stadium, the best player in New York right now? I know some of the stock answers might go to a pitcher like Jacob DeGrom or Garrett Cole. But to me, a position player who plays every day and one who can hit from the shortstop position is actually more valuable. So I think it may be Lindor.
I think you can make a case for all three of those players that you mentioned. I think Cole and DeGrom are two of the best pitchers on the planet, and Lindor obviously is earning that type of contract that he got. But I'm standing outside of Yankee Stadium. It's opening day for the Bombers. I'm going to give you a little bit of potentially a controversial and unique answer, but I think that Aaron Judge is the best player in New York, and I'll tell you why. I watched him play all spring long. I was in Tampa for the duration of spring training. He was talking about how he was working on different things, didn't have a home run until the very final game that he played in. And someone asked him at one point, are you worried about your power not showing up throughout the spring? And he's like, oh no, I'm working on other things. I'm not worried about my power at all, as if to say that he can just turn it on whenever he wants. And I go back to the 2017 season when he won Rookie of the Year, and he arguably should have won MVP as well. That was such a historic season. 52 home runs, leading the league in so many different categories. We haven't seen a full season from him since then. And I know there are the durability questions and all the injuries that he's had in the last few years. But if he's able to play, let's say, 150 games this year and stay healthy for a full season, with all the unprecedented circumstances that's happened in the past, I think we're going to see him retake that crown and go back to what, fans saw from him in 2017 and him being just the most marketable player in New York and earning that kind of extension potentially from the Yankees down the road.
Now, look, you look at baseball stats, right? And you've got OPS, which is on base plus slugging. I would agree with you. If you're looking at it from a slugging standpoint, the ceiling is the highest on Judge. He's the best specimen, maybe in the sport, right? But that on base hasn't been there because he's missed so many games. So that's why right now I'd give the edge to a Lindor because the OPS, not necessarily actually in the stat column, but in this analogy I'm drawing, has been higher because he's given you the production and been available more.
Right. And you could even say, Giancarlo Stanton could have a big year and go back to his MVP type caliber season. We could see Gleyber Torres take the next step and maybe he breaks out in a massive way. But in terms of who has already proven that they're at that level right now, right, I think that Lindor is definitely up there. And who knows? I mean, McNeil and Alonso, like I'm overly positive when it comes to the potential that different players have when it comes to position players and what we can see from them moving forward. So I think a lot of players that struggled last year or maybe didn't show the numbers that they can are going to have those kind of big years in 2021 because we're seeing that sense of normalcy. Fans are back. It's 162 games. But it's about staying healthy too, Robin. And, who knows? Maybe Lindor can't even play a full season too. Injuries happen. Freak injuries happen too. So I'm really excited to see what Lindor is able to do. He's got a lot more pressure now after the contract. And same thing with Judge, with the durability questions and Stanton too. So bottom line, there are so many different stars to watch in New York. And fans of baseball, whether you like the Mets or you like the Yankees, should be very excited.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Look, baseball in New York is better when both teams are doing well, and it looks like it's going to be a good season from a star power standpoint, and hopefully from a standings one as well.